Hello and welcome into another edition of PHLY Bets, brought to you by our friends over at bet365. Find out why it's never ordinary at bet365. Use promo code PHLY365 at sign up. I'm licking my wounds this morning as I'm coming off a small defeat last night as the Four Nations hockey tournament concluded. And I'm not going to lie, I went with the USA Rock Flag and Eagle last night. Money line, minus 110. Both teams were minus 110. I couldn't find it in my gut to bet for Canada. So I bet for Team USA, and we lost. But an interesting note on the Four Nations tournament and the championship game in particular last night in Boston. It's coming out from some sports betting reporters this morning that there was so much action on the Four Nations championship game last night that it was equivalent to a typical Sunday betting, weight of an NFL Sunday. That much action was happening on the Four Nations final last night. Canada ends up winning a hell of a game, a lot of fun. The Four Nations tournament seems to have struck gold for the NHL, as that was a fun one last night, but not fun when you don't win. But let's hopefully get into some winners. Today we're going to hit on the weekend in college basketball, some NBA action this evening, and of course some MLB Futures leading up to the start of the season, just about a month from now. So let's start in the NBA tonight. A couple of odds boosts that are on the homepage right now that I kind of like a little bit because of their odds. The first one, the Milwaukee Bucks have to beat the Washington Wizards. That should be relatively easy. The Miami Heat, who are not great, have to win versus the Toronto Raptors, who suck. And then the tough one, the New York Knicks at the Cleveland Cavaliers. This is a money line parlay. Bucks, Knicks, Heat. And the tough one is the Knicks at Cleveland. We all recognize that. Cleveland's the best team in the NBA. Plus 920 right now, boosted up from plus 822. I like that enough to put a little sprinkle, a little schmeckle, a little $5 piece, $10 piece on that, plus 920. I'll take a gamble on those odds any day. So I'm going to hop on that one. The other bet boost they have going on tonight in the NBA is the 25 plus point 4-leg parlay. Boosted up from plus 880 to plus 1062 right now. Of course, some of these odds can change by the time you get it. Right now, when I took it, plus 1062, we need Paolo Banchero, 25 plus. We need Giannis, plus 25 points. We need Jalen Brunson in Cleveland, 25 plus. And Tyler Hero, the new all-star coming off the break, 25 plus points. Another little plus 1062 action on that one. So those two odds boosts caught my eye. And Bet365 always has the best odds boost going. So tonight in the NBA, the game of the night is Knicks and Cavs. The Cavaliers are an 8-point favorite at home hosting the Knicks. A little bit too big of a line there for a tough Knicks team. If I had to, gun to my head, I would probably take the Knicks and the points in this situation. A couple other games, the Pelicans and Mavs still without AD. Minnesota at Houston. OKC at Utah Jazz. They're a whopping 15-point favorite. The Warriors, Kings. We got Heat, Raptors, Bucks, Wizards, Grizzlies, Magic. So there you have it in the NBA slate tonight on Friday night. Now, another big weekend as we gear up for March Madness in NCAA Basketball. Tonight, we have the number 16 Marquette Golden Eagles at Villanova. Marquette only a 1.5-point favorite in this one. Typically, I would say this is a Villanova line, but Villanova just can't get out of their own way. I'm going to ride Marquette tonight, minus the 1.5 at Villanova. Pavilion, not exactly the home court advantage it once was. Another big one tonight on TV as well. The number 14 Michigan State Spartans at number 12 Michigan. Little in-state rivalry match. Michigan is -2 at home. Going to roll with Michigan as well there with the 2-point, giving the 2 points to the Michigan State Spartans. So we're taking both favorites in college basketball tonight. One road team, one home team. Big weekend, so make sure you're checking out Bet365 all weekend for NCAA basketball. You have the number 6 Tennessee Volunteers versus the number 7 Texas A&M squad. You have Oregon at number 11 Wisconsin. We have number 8 Iowa State Cyclones at the number 5 Houston Cougars, and number 17 Kentucky Wildcats at number 4 Alabama. And of one of the most watched teams in college hoops this year, the number 3 Dukies travel to the Fighting Illini of Illinois this weekend. So some big college games this weekend. All right, MLB Futures time. Couple that jumped out to me today. We're going to be previewing some futures leading up to MLB opening day, which I believe is the 26th. I believe the Phillies kick it off the 27th. So we're not that far away from baseball. So we've gone through some division winners in the past. Let's go through the NL Central, the NL West, and the AL East today. The NL Central, the Chicago Cubs are the favorite to win the division, -110. The Brewers in second at +280, then followed by the Reds, the Pirates, and the Cardinals. Always weird to see the Cardinals in last place in terms of odds, but they're +1,200 to win the division. We're just going to go with chalk in this one. I don't really see the Brewers repeating the year they did last year. I'll take the Cubs -110 to win the NL Central. They've added some firepower to that team a little bit, so it should be the Cubs division to lose. The NL West, let me just say this. If you bet a team to win the NL West, you shouldn't, because it's the Dodgers division to lose. And if you want to lay -700 on the Dodgers to win their division, I assume you have a lot of money that you're able to gamble with, because -700 is a nonsensical bet, but they are pretty much a lock to win the division. Diamondbacks in second place at +850. Then you have the Padres +850, the Giants +3,500, and the Rockies at the comically large +50,000 to win the NL West. Taking a look at the AL East, this is a tight one. You have the Yankees that are +100 to win the division. The Orioles +260. The Red Sox +425. Rays +950. And the Toronto Blue Jays +1,300. Now, the Orioles, I think, are worth a realistic shot there at almost 3-1. But the Boston Red Sox at +425, they've added to their team. It should be pretty interesting up there. They have a good lineup. They have a good young core. If their pitching staff can keep it together for the year, we're going to take a little shot here with the Red Sox +425 to win the AL East. Although the Yankees did announce today that they're allowing facial hair back. So maybe that gives them the bump they need to win the division. All right, a couple other things. The NL West to win the division. We talked about the Dodgers, to win the NL. The NL West division to win the NL is only -105. So if you think the Dodgers are World Series bound again because of their embarrassment of riches, that's a good way to get in on the Dodgers to win the NL. So you could get them at -105 to represent the National League in the World Series. All right, today's prop bet future for the year, we're looking at stolen bases. Corbin Carroll, and of course, this is all predetermined by health. If these guys stay healthy, I think they have a really good shot to hit both of these. Corbin Carroll to record 40+ stolen bases on the year comes out to +110. I think that's all but a lock, given that he stays healthy. And this one, a little bit bigger odds, but a little bit harder of an achievement. Elly De La Cruz, 60+ stolen bases, which is very within his realm of possibility, +185. So you can get Elly De La Cruz, 60+ stolen bases for almost a 2-1 return on that. So those are my MLB future bets of the day. And there you have it. Thanks to our friends at Bet365. Remember, you can find out why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Use promo code PHLY365 when you sign up and find out why. There's over 90 million users worldwide. That many people cannot be wrong. And remember, gambling is supposed to be fun. Don't butt above your means. Set limits on yourself. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. This is strictly for enjoyment and fun purposes. you shouldn't stress yourself out. So make sure you keep yourself in check, talk to somebody, or you can always call 1-800-GAMBLER if a issue does arise. That's going to do it for this week's edition of PHLY Bets. Thanks for hanging out with us. And thanks to our friends at Bet365, where it's never ordinary. We'll see you next week.
We all silly like the mayor.